Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into
So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys. A lot of people are actually out to bring people's attention to what is so confusing to everyone, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. If you also feel this way, you can just leave it in the comment section. But before then, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and don't forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
She raised $1 billion. In the last 2 days, she raised $5 million. Trump raised $19,000. Every one of her rallies were standing room only. Millions of volunteers. What the heck is going on?
Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but there's a couple of things that I've been seeing on TikTok. Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but there's a couple of things that I've been seeing on TikTok over the last couple of days, and I want to just put it all in one video of the things that are suspicious. You can do with this information what you want, but I think when you look at it all together, it's a bit okay. And I want to be clear, if Trump actually won fair and square, I'm not going to be one of those people who's like, not my president, because I'm a sane, normal, reasonable individual, okay? I'm just putting this information out there. Number one, Trump began saying things like, we don't even need votes. You guys don't even have to vote. Don't vote. Saying things like that before voting day, before the election. That's a weird thing to say. That's a very strange thing to say. He stopped doing rallies in swing states. He stopped really putting in any effort. He started being a bit more racist and a bit more misogynistic, like not doing anything that you would think he would be doing right before the election to try to win those votes. He basically was like, fuck this, I don't care, because he thought he was going to win anyway. On top of this, he started making comments such as, we have a secret plan. We have something up our sleeves. We don't even need your votes. We're going to win. Me and this guy have a secret plan. Like blatant, because he can't keep his yapper shut. That's like very suspicious. Elon Musk joins the conversation. I don't know what the fuck those two are doing together, how they're colluding. Obviously Musk like contributed to his campaign or whatever, but Musk was seen on television saying, if Trump loses, I'm going to go to prison. What does that mean? Why would you go to prison? That's weird. Number two, Trump usually doesn't shut the fuck up online, especially when he has something to gloat about, when he has something to boast and, you know, be so proud and, oh, look at me, I'm the best. He just won the presidential election and he's been silent, or really not as loud as he usually is. That's weird. Number three, there's like 15 million less Democratic votes this election compared to the last election, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because we were told that we had like record-breaking turnout numbers. The young population was motivated to go out and vote. And when you look at the years, like there's like some graphic that exists. If you look at the years in comparison, one of two things is pretty apparent. Either in 2020, the Democrats did cheat. I mean, because it's like around 64 million, and then it jumps up to like 80 something million for Biden, more than Obama, which is crazy, especially with COVID going on. Like, that's weird. So you would assume that means there's at least that many more Democrats, and I don't think 15 million people died, right? So for this election, with all the movement and momentum that we had behind Kamala, you would think that the number of blue votes would be closer to 80 million, right? So one of those two things is suspicious, right? See, I'm even willing to admit that maybe we cheated. I don't know. Number four, I just saw a TikTok where someone made a really good point. We raised $1 billion in funding for Kamala in 4 months. That's a bit, like, when we say like the people were motivated, the people were out there doing stuff, they were. So how did she have all this momentum where analysts and all these people were saying she's going to win, she's going to take Iowa, yada, yada, yada. It really felt like she was going to win. Not just because I wanted her to win, but because that's really what it felt like. And then she not only loses, but loses by a lot. Like, by a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? And then finally, the fifth and most important thing that I think is interesting, if you go to vote.org, you can check the status of your ballot, of your vote. Now, I tried this, but because I'm voting from abroad, I think mine is a little bit different anyways, but it does say that I wasn't registered to vote in the place that I was, which is crazy because not only was I registered to vote, but I voted. So it says I wasn't registered to vote, but I voted. And I did it online because I'm from Massachusetts. If you vote from abroad and from Massachusetts, you can do it online. It's not like that for every state. So I was so much in the system that I was given a ballot. Like, I logged in, I have a little PIN number and everything. That's the only way that you can get in. So I logged in. I couldn't have accessed that if I wasn't registered to vote. It says I wasn't registered to vote and that I did not vote, so I have no vote. But who cares about me? All these people, on every video that I see, the comments are full of people being like, it says my ballot's not there, it says my ballot's not there. Like, all all these Democrats. I mean, I've probably seen hundreds, if not thousands, of people saying this today. So go check yours and tell me if you think that that's normal. Again, I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I just put it all in one video because I keep seeing them and I can't just keep reposting until I die, because also maybe you don't watch all my reposts. So I just want to put that out there. It just seems weird and suspicious. And like I said, I'm not an election denier. If he actually won, then like I hate it, but like whatever, bro. Like that's what you people wanted. I hate it and I think you guys made horrible decisions, but if that's what you wanted, whatever. But that's weird, right? Tell me that I'm not wrong. That's weird. Not to be a conspiracy
video. You mean to tell me that the man who could not even fill his rallies, the man who has multiple bills in these swing states since going back to 2016 that he has not paid, the man who literally left his people after one of his rallies in the desert with no water, the man who stopped doing rallies in swing states, the man who started really in the end there posting a bunch of, I mean, he was during, but it really started hitting a hatred era towards the end there of his campaign. You mean to tell me that that person won the popular and the Electoral College for the first time, somebody said, since Reagan? Is that right? Is that right? Somebody correct me. I'd have to look it up because I'm not a political science person. I'm just like, I admit I'm a history person, but I have not studied that history, so I'd have to look at it. But he's never won the popular vote for the states, and somehow this year he did. Not to mention looking at the swing states, North Carolina and all these different swing states, who down the ballot voted blue, but somehow the presidential went red. Explain that. Because usually when you go in to vote like that, while community ones are absolutely important, usually people vote in the presidential and not in the other. I can't imagine somebody going in to vote at all and just not voting. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But the math isn't mathing. And with everything else that happened, they really do need to do a recount. A hand recount. And if there's even a whiff of anything being potentially touched that could have affected the numbers, that's an automatic re-election. Automatic. Because now we can't trust that entire election. It needs to be a fair election. That's on both sides. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. But it's like that kid cheated on his test or, wrote a paper and they full on cheated, copied a report, and now they're hoping their teacher doesn't find out because he's been quiet. Y'all, I went down the rabbit hole and I'm just like, something's not right. And if you're not questioning it too, no matter what side of the realm you're on, dude, I don't know. That's my thoughts. But definitely watch her video if you get into the rabbit hole. But check your ballot. Please check your ballot. Especially if you're in a swing state, check your ballots. See if they were counted. Because I'm just curious. Because this is crazy. I have never been so there's so much on this election, and it was an incredibly important one, and so much misinformation was going around. And at the same point, something about this just doesn't feel right. So check your ballot.
Call me what you want, but I just have this feeling. Even when the race was called, the election, it does not feel over. And maybe I'm traumatized because most of my conscious years, the elections have been a lot. They just took so much longer in previous years, or there was more to them. And listen, I love to say facts over feelings. I love that phrase, but don't get it twisted, if you know what I mean. But I just have this overwhelming feeling that we are not done with this yet. I don't know if it was too easy or whatever, it just does not feel over. I'm not saying storm the Capitol type and not over, but this is going way too smooth. And one thing I've learned about American politics is that shit is not smooth.
So my ballot was rejected. It didn't tell me why. I just called voting officials and they confirmed it was a signature verification issue. And so all I had to do was provide the last four of my social security number and they said, okay, your ballot's accepted. So yeah, definitely go look and see if your vote, your ballot was counted. And if not, call your local election officials because it's not too late. This is wild that they do this.
Okay, more to do. We have 70 days until this inauguration. There is definitely stuff going on. So it is time to check your ballot. It is time to check your registration. There are too many people saying that their ballot wasn't counted, or showing that they haven't voted since 2020. People are saying now they're not registered when they went to polling locations and voted. And of course, you have to be registered or you register there at the location. So there is stuff going on. So if you want to make sure that everything is on the up and up in your state, this is what you need to do. You need to check on voter.org, vote.org, where you can go and find your state, and then you can check your ballot status by state. If you don't have a link, you need to contact your county clerk office. Then, of course, once you get your status and everything, if it's counted, great, you're good. If not, you need to file a complaint with that county clerk. Then you need to file a complaint with the Department of Justice. This cannot stay quiet. Now, putting it on social media, fine, that's great, and saying, hey, mine wasn't counted either, that is not enough. You have to let our government know. This has to be done, because just putting it all over social media, I mean, it's just all of us knowing it. We can't actually do anything about that. We have to do this, okay? We cannot just lay down and just be like, oh, well. We have to remember, these are people that are racist, sexist, they're white supremacists. Do we really think that they were going to be on the up and up? Do you really think they were just going to give over the presidency to a woman, to a black woman? Let's get for real on this. We have to stand up as people. We have to stand up as American people. This is not the time to sit it out. This is the time to check your status. There are already investigations going on. There are already things that we're finding out, such as Starlink being used. It is time for you to put yourself in action one last time. You've got to do this. So, tomorrow is a business day. Start calling those county clerk offices. Start calling those local offices to check on your ballots. Then file a complaint. File a complaint with the Department of Justice. We only have so much time, and we have to, in numbers, make noise. And you can do all of this from your home. It is not like you have to go to the county clerk office. You can call. So we can do this one last time. Let's do this. This is not the time to sit it out at all. There is too much going on, and it is too quiet.
I'm buzzing right now. Where's my vote? Where's my ballot? Because my husband and I both went on election day in person. We did the little machine, it printed out, we walked over, the lady took it, she put it in the other machine, we waited for the green check mark. A lot of people are having their ballots missing and no one ever received it. So I went to vote.org, went to West Virginia, blah, blah, blah. I had to call the election office because we went in person. They don't have a record of my vote. What? This literally confirms everything that I've been feeling lately and a lot of things that are being said right now. Go check your ballot right freaking now. Stop what you're doing. Check it right now. Holy shit.
We don't have to do anything. Nobody is going to sit back and watch another party take their votes and their election away. So if you don't believe that everything is being done to investigate this, but I can assure you that it is. Nobody on TikTok needs to worry, because if this is true, it's being investigated by the highest levels of the United States government. And it's probably being investigated by every three-letter department in the United States of America. So don't fret, because if Elon Musk and Donald Trump cheated, we're going to know about it. Nobody's going to let that happen. Nobody. I can promise you that. So just sit back, grab your popcorn, and stand by.
I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but something feels off about this election. How did we raise over $1 billion in just 4 months, packed rallies, and they won by a landslide in just a matter of hours? Also, why is he not on Twitter boasting and bragging about himself? When she had her concession speech, it felt like we weren't done yet. Like, we still have some fight, but we're gonna fight silently. Her walk-off, I know that walk-off.
Very quick and to the point about it, but I said it. I've said it to a few friends now. It just don't feel right. Like, I said, if she does lose, it's going to be a close race, because MAGA's going to run out there and support. But the back end, and she raised over $1 billion. You mean y'all donated $1 billion to her so she could win, but you didn't go vote? Like, and I'm one of them people, when I play video games, when I watch sports, like anything, I never talk about the refs are cheating or the game is cheating. I'm always like, hey, I lost. And that's how I feel. We lost. But the fact that, and this is one thing I said, Trump has not been talkative. And y'all can't get that motherfucker to shut up worth nothing. So I'm like, why ain't he been on Twitter or Truth Social bragging? I knew I was going to win. And it just feels weird. Like he's strangely silent. Like, and then you have so many people backing her. Republicans, hundreds of Republicans, whether it was in the Senate, House, or just former Republican, major stars. Like, it was really giving the energy of Obama's second term. Again, everybody showed off Obama's first term because we wanted the first black president, but this one was given like Obama's second term on crack. Like, she sold out arenas. DC was fucked up because of the rally she had just recently. You couldn't see, you barely could see anywhere without seeing people supporting her. But all those people didn't show out and vote. Like, it was really weird. Now, I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm far from it. Like, I ain't got time for it, because I can go in a rabbit hole and then come out the rabbit hole and forget about what the fuck I was in the rabbit hole for. So, with that being said, it's just a little weird. Trump is acting weird. The whole situation was weird. And if you watch this video and go read the comments, people's like, well, Elon is good with computers. Like, and I did tell somebody, I said, would it be wild if, like, after Thanksgiving, right before Christmas, like, we're all sitting there and we get these little things on our phone, breaking news. Like, they find out that Trump fucked with all the computers. Like, he paid somebody to fix them. So everything that was like the computer vote didn't work. And they should have went to her, but it went to him. Like, because the way I see this, if it doesn't happen, that's just everybody just wild thinking, because we don't want him back in office, anything. My thing is, if he is in office, I just hope everybody that voted for him is right, that he's going to be good for the country, good for the economy, good for the people. Because y'all already said the country is fucked up now. So that means when he in office, it should get better, not worse or stay the same. So that's all I've been thinking. But he's been strangely quiet. And that man don't stop. He don't. We shall see. Hey.
But how does Kamala have 66 million voters and Trump has 71 when in 2020 Trump had 74 million and Biden had 84 million voters? Where are her voters? That's a 15 million voter difference. Something is not adding up because this is an unprecedented amount of voter turnout. That's what they said. So how is there a 15 million voter difference? And people are like, oh, I don't want to seem crazy. We're allowed to question it. Did we forget this guy's past?
Like, seriously, lovelies, I also do not know what is going on, but I was just going through my For You page on TikTok, to actually put out something for us to know what is going on. And I saw that a lot of people are coming out to talk about how they couldn't find their names, like on their ballots, that they have to insert their names and check. And a lot of people are getting messages like, you have not voted for a very long time, you are not registered to vote. But these are the same people that voted. Like, those are the comments I am saying. I am not 100%, but just that I am stitching based on what people are saying or what people are noticing. I don't know if they are lying or if this is the truth. Nobody, actually know what is going on. But it has actually taken a kind of a controversy to the, social platforms. That why is it that so many people are complaining of not seeing their names, of not seeing, but the vote counted and all of that. A lot of people are like, okay, they are not terrorists and all of that, but the fact remains that people are still complaining. And now, let's just take for instance the way at which people came out all in force for her, the way at which a lot of people were, the way the campaigns and all of that, people coming out. A lot of people have seen what is happening in the society. People, it's as if people really want a change or something, or wanted her, but all of a sudden, it's all okay. And with the margin, with the percentage, like the gap was so much. That was the reason why I think that people decide to know what is going on, to actually check what is really happening. And with that, a lot of people decided to track, maybe their ballot or their votes to see if it's really counted. And the way at which people are complaining to the fact that when they insert their name or something to actually check, if their vote counted, and people are realizing that it did not. Like, I decided to put it up here to see if you guys can also check on your own to see if your vote counted or something, because the way at which people are reacting over it on the social platform, like, I don't really believe that. I don't believe if it's even possible. And a lot of people have been making so many commentaries about Elon Musk and all of that, and how he got involved with all of the things. That there's so many remarks, there's so many speech, there's so many things out there where people have fixed their investigations on. But the thing remains that it is so shocking to everyone, even if a lot of people pulled out to vote, both pan-colored people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and all of that. But what really happens to those people that their votes never counted? Like, I am not sure, but it's just about the way at which people are reacting. In every reaction, there must be at least an atom of truth in it. So, if so many of these votes that didn't count actually counted, like, I don't know. But another problem is the fact that the margin, the difference is so much. The difference is so very, very much that even if you counted the other third party and adding to this other, it's still not going to match. And people were also complaining to the fact that the number of people that voted and all of that during the 2016 till now, like, people are also comparing it, even if some people died, why some people turned 18 and voting for the very first time and all of that. And if you watch in these, elections, it's as if a lot of Gen Zs know whom they really voted for, while elderly people or older people voted for who they feel that is also right. But the thing is that nobody is concluding, nobody is accusing anyone of anything, but this is just an observation of the masses. This is what a lot, and it's also, and also there is this revolution of the machines that's being used is actually, produced or something by Elon Musk, which I have yet to actually verify that info. But the truth, the thing that actually gets a lot of people confused was the fact that how come, during the elections and all of that, the way at which people came advocated, people were like, then after everything, all of a sudden at the midnight, it was just called. The result was just called. And you wouldn't also blame people for trying to verify what is really going on. So I saw these stitches. I decided to also put it up here for you guys to check yourself, like maybe just the way at which these people that stitched their video explained on how to check your ballot box and all of that to see if really it's counted or something. Like, people are just so confused, and people are also complaining to the fact that it is so quiet. Like, it's unlike, when somebody wins something, the way the jubilation, or all of the things, like, it's so quiet. What is it that is happening underneath? What is happening underneath, And like, there are so many things that people really need to put into consideration, think about, thought about before giving a concrete conclusion. But the thing is that if at the end of the day all of these things are just fair and fair and nothing like any form of backyard thing, and everything is just transparent, then that is it. That means this is just what the majority of the masses want. And for majority of the masses to want this, that means it is for the good, it's for the betterment, it's for the best. If you are benefiting it in a negative way, I think it's still for your own benefit. If you're going to benefit it in a negative way, it's also for your own benefit, because if the majority of the masses actually chose this path, that means the path at which the majority of the masses chose might definitely or might actually be the best for the whole masses. If not, then the masses have to just deal with it. The masses really have to deal with it. With that being said, if you are watched up to this extent, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational, informative purposes. If you think that there is more to it, to the result, to the ballot papers and all of that, you should let me know. Like, leave it in the comment section for people to actually know what is going on. But if you think that all of these things are just fallacy and people are just trying to make up stories and try to you can also leave it in the comment section, because I still believe that everything that happens in life has a purpose. It has a purpose and it's been written. God already know everything, that has to happen.
Just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. In the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.